Well,
Yeah,
that's this
so
podcast. Time to eat.
Frick, I need to call you out for a moment because you were talking about all of this this legacy hardware stuff, and when he's referring to Windows 10 drivers, yeah, could we remind everybody that you're still running on that broken ass copy of Windows 7?
Oh, what you're talking about? You don't have any evidence of that.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's Windows Vista, not 7.
No, he's on 7 now.
Oh yeah, he upgraded in when Microsoft dropped support.
So
I sent you a copy, a screenshot of my desktop. Would you shut your mouth once and for all?
Yes.
No.
Okay, hang on.
Just get those from Google Images.
Hang on.
Frank, I need a photograph Sharpie and Pooper with the timestamp.
Okay, Chris, shut up. What's up, Maxie?
So the Windows 10 installer, I just downloaded the ISO this weekend to refurbish it.
Welcome to Windows 10.
And Windows 10 Pro installed it, no CD key, got into Windows, entered his old Windows 7 home key as the activation key. It activated perfectly fine. No.
Microsoft's being real neat about that.
So Microsoft's still being really nice with letting anyone with Windows 7 or newer just upgrade to Windows 10 for free, as long as you download the latest ISO, which is what I found out.
About my desktop again for the rest of your life.
It's Windows 7, and you still can't install Discord on your desktop because your install is broken, and you refuse to let us send you a product key for Windows 10. You absolute mongoloid.
Mongoloid.
But he doesn't.
Wow, that's a word
he uses Windows 7 key.
Even cynical wouldn't say that word.
Or you could run a real OS like Ubuntu or Arch.
What's that OS?
Why the hell would you do something as stupid as that?
Yeah, I'm gonna use Ubuntu. I'm normal. Hey, actually,
bro, everyone knows
Axie.
Ubuntu Master Race.
Here's something funny. I tried to install Ubuntu on my laptop. It's a Chromebook. I've flash custom firmware on it. It works, but it's Haswell i3. Ubuntu desktop with the Unity desktop would not work. It worked, but it was running at 10 FPS with animations.
You got to get
clearly
204 with GNOME or any of the GNOME ones. Yeah, the Unity custom.
Actually, I'm not autistic enough to do any of this.
Well, you did buy a Chromebook, so
yeah, but I didn't intend to use that kind of Linux on it.
You could probably
OS
sell the
where if you go
Chromebook and buy it,
you get put onto a permanent watch list. Once you download that one,
I'm sorry, what?
there's an OS where if you go to the website to download it, you automatically get put on a government watch list if you use Google to search for it.
But
I'm sorry, what is
Do you
this
want the link?
operating system? Just type it in text.
no.
It's called Tails. Tails OS.
It's called what?
Tails. T-A.
Called what OS?
Here, I'll put it in the chat. Tails OS. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's because it's all Sonic fanfic.
Immediately put it on a watch list.
Okay,
Why?
what makes
Not
it?
even
Is that the
actually- not even
script
just
kid, I
downloading,
think?
just visiting the developer's website puts you on a watch list, because if you go through Google, they can see you. But I think if you go to the link directly, you're fine. But maybe your ISP does it. I don't know. But if you go through Google, you're definitely on a watch list. But it's a great OS. I use it.
Excuse me?
Great. It's
Okay.
a very privacy-focused OS. So it's got Tor built in. It's got all this you can do a lot of what's it called? PGP encryption. It has all that stuff built into it. It's awesome. It's super, super useful. Downside is can't download Steam, but everything else works.
what can you run VMs or Parsec?
Ooh.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Actually. That's a good
If
question.
you can install
I'll look into
Parsec,
it.
you're basically good. And
Oh,
I mean,
have you seen?
privacy-wise,
go ahead.
WireGuard just amazing too. I'm not sure if you guys have gotten WireGuard yet, but WireGuard to a pie hole in the sky, mint.
Yeah, I like mint. It's a nice
So-
flavor.
So bringing up oh shoot, what was it? My thoughts gone. Disregard.
I said Parsec on Tails OS or something.
Oh
else.
yeah, Parsec. Yeah, so Parsec has kind of really exploded ever since teleworking is now a problem, because a lot of people have been using Parsec, and then obviously Zoom was a big one that exploded due to all the teleworking requirements.
Can we talk about
yeah,
that
but-
thing that's going on? It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, because somebody threw that article in off topic, and I do want to bring that up, but
No, that was me. That was me.
yeah. But the deal with Parsec is correct me if I'm wrong, but it's basically set up so multiple people log into a single person's desktop or VM. Is that correct?
Well, it depends on the version you get. With the Pro, you can have multiple and extra screens, but normally you'd have, it's built for multiplayer gaming. So yeah, you have your one host and multiple guests could sign in with limited access to being able to see the screen, not interact with it.
Oh, that sounds sketchy as hell. But
so that way you could have one person hosting the game who picks, does all the menu stuff. Everyone else would just basically be watching directly with low latency connection, and you could pass, like USB devices and stuff over the network to act as they clear their own controller from their own home on your machine, but they won't have access to actually mouse and keyboard commands, so they can't actually control your PC.
Yep. Yeah, you just pass through a single controller. No, I want to bring that up because I'm sorry.
Is it for local multiplayer, or is it gaming on?
That's the intended use case. So one example. The last time I used Parsec. So before, because we talked about Halo Online last week, but
you used that for
So no,
Halo
the funny
screen on PC.
Yeah. So the funny story was, so we wanted to play some Halo for local split screen, and it it was Master Chief Collection. We wanted to do Halo 3 local split screen, or just multiplayer on computer. And we had one guy who actually had an Xbox One with the Windows 10 pass through. I can't remember what that service is called, but it basically allows you to remote into your Xbox One. So basically what we did is we all loaded up Parsec, we plugged in our controllers into the Parsec system, and we were playing split screen over Parsec on somebody's remote Xbox One, and we were prepared to stream it and say, listen, Microsoft, this is what we've resorted to.
Dude, that kicks ass.
Yeah, Parsec is a really, really interesting technology. But yeah, a lot of people have just been using it lately for like remote server management and server collaboration.
A lot of people are using it for, you have to work from home with like a laptop or something the company issues you, but still access a nice powerful PC at the office or a remote desktop server or something to do whatever, video editing or cloud, not really cloud, but big data crunching and stuff like that.
Oh,
like
yeah, I mean,
software.
I've kind of toyed with the idea, actually. I got a couple of Steam links when they were $5 a pop. Granted, shipping was $12 for the two that I got. But I got a couple of those when they were $5 a pop, and I was just kind of toying with the idea, like, I could set up one of these somewhere else in the house and access my desktop from this little terminal. Like, it uses no power, it makes no noise, it just kind of sits there. And
basically just a thin client.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just thought about doing that for a while, and or like doing like the whole like multi-gamers, one PC, just running all in a bunch of VMs. Then just pick a VM you access from a different thin client. Each thin client in your house gets its own VM to run, and then you're done. But you don't have to worry about like KVM switches and USB extensions and all that stuff.
We're bringing back the family computer.
I mean, honestly, though, like. With my game servers that I'm hosting, they're all in VMs, and I've set it up so people log into the VPN. They can only have access to their individual game server VM. So that's how we do
the same thing. Yeah, WireGuard on my Unraid server has let me do that.
It's so good.
I can set them up on their own subnet. They have no access to anything else in the network except the VM that they log into with WireGuard. They can give that to their friends as much as they want. They can all log into the same one, and it's theirs to do, and it doesn't affect my stuff. And they're limited to 2 or 3 CPU cores.
I went a step further because when I was doing Minecraft server hosting, we ran into that lovely issue that when Java decides to memory leak, it tanks everything else on the VM. So what I ended up doing is I set up a dedicated Jumpbox VM that can then connect to the dedicated Minecraft VM and what we're calling the Steam VM. And that's worked really good for the one group of people who's using it.
So basically, you could just like fix the Minecraft VM from a different VM.
That's basically how it works.
So stupid.
They love it. They log into this very, very low power. I think I only have like 1 core and 2 gigs of RAM allocated to it. And its sole purpose is to RDP into the other 2 servers.
Long before you can run a virtual machine in Redstone.
Yes.
I mean, it's Turing complete.
Isn't it theoretically possible?
Sure.
Well,
It's
I mean, Frick, have you seen the what was it, the NES emulator in Minecraft?
I saw that big.
Yeah, doesn't that use command blocks though? That's cheating. Anyway, Factorio is really good because you just get like logic gates just flat out.
Oh, there you go. There
You
you
can
go.
make you can make screens pretty much in Factorio. Like you have lamps and you can change them colors. The first time I was introduced to this, somebody made the Rickroll video in Factorio. It was like 144p or something. It wasn't very good, but
And also, aren't you fairly restricted into like 16-bit color?
I think so, but you know what? That's something. Because here's the deal, Simmons. It's about the restriction. That's what breeds creativity.
What is this weird BDSM fantasy that you're going into, Cynical?
Yeah, well, let me tell you. So here's what you do. You get some really cool belts.
No. And
why there's been a big increase in the interest in virtual machines lately? Because I just found out the reason a while ago. A reason there's been such a big increase in people getting into VMs is because, and this is something that's close to my heart, there's been groups of people on Twitch, on YouTube, and pretty much all over the place where they're setting up virtual machines to mess with telemarketing hackers. So what they'll do is they'll get from like people from like India or wherever that land is, and they'll be like, "Oh, we're calling from something or another, like to fix your Windows thing," whatever they're calling about. And
Please don't do the accent.
I don't know what accent that's supposed to be. A foreign accent, insert ethnicity here.
Yeah,
but they're
that's just a racist accent, Frick. Come on, dude, you're better than this.
It's so racist.
That's a foreign.
Anyway, whatever.
Goddamn friggin' horses.
They're setting up these virtual machines, and they're basically allowing these hackers, or hackers is a long thing to call them, these technicians that say they can fix your Windows issue into these virtual machines, and they're using that to go into their computer, steal a bunch of files, steal a bunch of surveillance equipment. And there was a story recently where someone used virtual machine and a telemarketer just like this, and basically found out not only where they were located, but every single person that they had scammed. They had somehow gotten them and done it from there. It's really interesting.
I recall one story where they tracked down like where the calls were coming from, and instead of phoning the police because the police aren't going to do anything, he found like this local drug kingpin or just some criminal organization and just started talking shit about him. So he stopped getting phone calls.
Oh, that's that. Ooh.
Hey, it's white collar crime being fought with not white collar crime.
I thought you were going to go a totally different direction with that, so I appreciate that you didn't.
I don't know. It's just whatever kind of crime violent crime is.
Well, here's the thing, because that's what I wanted to find out. If I have, let's say you connect to me with a virtual machine, right? And you're using your computer, and I'm using my computer. We're both using whatever VM there is. How would it exactly, if I'm using something like Microsoft Connect or whatever, screen viewing software there is, how is it possible for me for you to be connected to me and I can't see your screen for me to even access that computer? Like, how is that possible with a virtual machine?
They have both ways. They have exploits. Don't they usually use like a log me in or something like that?
Yeah, they do.
It can go both ways, and they can switch which side is using it. And in fact, some of those scammers will have you remote into their system, and then you click a button to switch who is in charge. So they are now remoting into your system.
They won't know that you're doing this?
The other thing
I don't think they're smart enough.
Is on the host that's running the VMs, you can also run extra software, like Wireshark and other things, to tap the entire communication line coming from them, and then send back malformed packets to, force control of yourself through the log me in session that they're creating. Oh. And they won't even know you're doing it because you can access basically a second screen, even though they don't have a second screen hooked up. Yeah. And you have just a ghost second monitor. You can see the Windows Explorer, look at the registry, look whatever you want to access the entire network from a screen that they don't even know you're accessing while they're accessing you.
You can just send commands from your computer to theirs invisibly.
Yeah, I mean, but the issue is that you actually have to have your VM configured correctly, because what unfortunately a lot of people do is they'll spin up these fake VMs, but it's sitting on the exact same network as the protected system. So
they'll just leave it as like machine ID, Microsoft hypervisor.
Yeah. So like if these individuals who are actually spending a lot of effort to do this like counter hacking, I guess you can call it, they usually go through a lot of extra steps to isolate the VM from everything else except for the host device. And
if you ran it off like a Raspberry Pi or something.
I mean,
no, it's a networking thing, not a hardware thing at that point.
I got
yeah,
you. Okay.
Yeah, because the issue with the Raspberry Pi is if you just have that connected to your Wi-Fi, it's still connected to your home network.
Okay, so if I go down to like the
go down to Starbucks and
go down.
Grocery store Wi-Fi.
Use my burner Chromebook on their Wi-Fi, then I'll be covered.
Sure.
Well, the interesting thing too is that these streamers and all that, they're set these VMs. Yeah, they're doing a bunch of extra work. Then you got all these nobodies that think maybe they can get into it and try it out. Every single person now that's trying out to get scammed is technically preventing some old grandpa, Chris, from actually getting scammed.
Yeah, that's me. What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think my favorite scam bait streamer is Kitboga because he doesn't do any of like the counter hacking. His entire shtick is just trying to see how long he can spend on the phone with a single individual at one of these.
Does he do all the characters?
Isn't his
the old lady
record like
and
6
everything?
hours?
Yeah, his new record is 6 hours, and yeah, he does all the
What?
characters. Like he has that.
Fun to
Randy-
watch during the day.
I like the Russian guy who had the picture of nudes and it was just full of naked mole rats.
Oh no, that was Kitboga.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, I know, but that was his character, and
Yeah, but
it
no,
was
but
neat.
one of the
There's
biggest things
another
that he's
one
been doing
called
lately is he's
Hotel
been working
on
with a few
YouTube.
developers. Hold on, frick. But no, he's been working with a few developers, so he has a fake bank now. He has a fake Windows 10 store. I still think one of my it was from a few months ago, but he basically set up this Windows 10 store, and this old granny character went to the store and got all these Google Play gift cards or whatever.
Yes.
And he just entered and as he was typing in these keys because obviously the scammer wanted all these Google Play keys so they could get the funds themselves. No, he just started typing these fake keys into his fake Windows 10 store and just transferred the funds to himself. And the scammer got so mad.
The best thing about these calls is listening to like almost like the indignation of these scammers when they get called out. Because 9 times, like one of the like a great channel is Hoax Hotel, where not only does he call them and just waste their time and waste their time and waste their time, but what he'll do is he'll actually set up his VoIP service to bombard their call center all the time, so the lines are always filled up. So
That's probably illegal, but it's okay because it's not unethical.
Hey, I'm well, good to do. So it's chaotic. I think it's chaotic neutral. Is that chaotic?
Chaotic
evil?
good. Chaotic good.
for sure.
Chaotic good, right? Chaotic good. It's chaotic good. So what he'll do is he'll set it up, he'll bomb them, and then he'll call them later. It's like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, what are you doing? We can't make any calls. Why are you doing this? And then they start to be like, look, we're just here. Actually, you know what? No, they never actually ask for forgiveness. What they always do is they just insult him outright. They just go from being all, oh yes, we want to help you, to immediately being all horrible and mean and nasty. There's no apologies ever, which is the great trend with all these guys. They never say, hey, look, you know what? It's my bad. I'll never do it again. Or even lie. They don't even bother to lie. They're like, you know what? Screw you. Like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, the obscenities that get shouted. And then also my favorite ones are when they get two scammers from two different organizations on the same line. and these guys, and they're like, yes, I'm on this phone call to help this person with their virus. I was like, really? Are you sure about that? And then they start talking, and like the one that I remember distinctly was like two people were from India, and like the one person started speaking Hindi, and the other person was just like, my organizational policy is I have to only speak English. and this other dude was just not having it.
You hear the one where the guys from the same company got connected, and they were like, what do you mean? What's going on?
Yeah, I've seen that one. That was good.
It's so good. It's so good. Well, I mean, you got to think about it like this, right? If you're one of these guys and you're scamming people, there was one, I think, where they found the book, like the booking sheet of how many people they had scammed and how much money they made. And if you look at the month to month of some of these companies, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars every month.
Absolutely.
Huh?
The real question is, what are they doing with that much money in iTunes gift cards? Are they just selling them?
A lot of them, it's not iTunes gift cards. It's like direct deposit transfers.
Oh, sure, but in some cases, like the ones who do get gift cards, what do you?
Like the ones who get like iTunes and Google Play gift cards, they can use
Resale.
those to make new accounts on paid games to basically sell those accounts or sell goods.
Oh my God, it's all gold farming.
Or if let's say they got some new up and coming artist or something, they could basically buy their way into the charts by having a bunch of these fake accounts that look valid because they're putting the actual Google Play cards on them, buy their music and make it look like they have way more actual listening.
Yeah, it's basically stonks.
It's pretty
line go down.
A lot of people.
Real quick, Frank, you want to talk about the Zoom bombing real quick? You want to talk about the Zoom bombing?
But no, real quick, going back to that, that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of like corruption behind the Bollywood music industry, because a lot of people are saying they're using that. And there's a company called T-Series specifically that is like the biggest music company I think on the internet right now. Like they're the most subscribed, the most popular. Everyone knows who they are. They had a scandal a while ago where they started as a piracy company where they would like steal other people's songs and put them up there. And then there was a new one where they were essentially like buying streams and buying subscribers using that same service to like sort of get themselves to the top. The strange thing is YouTube did nothing about it. And that's kind of like where there's a sort of a question. There's like, clearly they're using bots or clearly they're using some sort of like shady thing. Because what they were doing is every time somebody in India signed up to a YouTube account, they would automatically be subscribed to T-Series.
No, that turned out to be false.
Yeah, I thought that was a fake claim because
I heard it was true.
That seems like the kind of thing that Reddit would lie about in the same way as like, China doesn't want you to see this story. Here's why Tencent is bad.
No. Because there was a big thing going around where people were saying that when they would log into YouTube, they would automatically be subscribed to PewDiePie, and that was absolutely not the case.
Why would YouTube want people to automatically subscribe to PewDiePie?
Because before PewDiePie started doing the racist videos, he was actually one of their biggest sources of revenue.
There's a whole battle between T-Series.
T-Series got a lot of publicity due to the whole PewDiePie versus T-Series thing that was going on for several months.
There's still, if you look at PewDiePie versus T-Series right now on YouTube, there's like 15 live streams doing their sub counts. It's still
That's
right now.
Just sad. Why do people engage with that? That's so bizarre.
Oh, you get ad revenue. If they have a live stream, they can run ad
revenue.
No.
I mean, I understand why you do it. I don't understand why you watch it.
No, see, the big concept with that was it was this whole individual content creator versus major corporation battle that was going on for a while. So because
that's a real battle.
Because of the hype that was generated around that, a lot of people started making the subscribe to PewDiePie videos and shit like that. And
that got complicated. We should probably not talk anymore about where that went.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Just out of interest to kind of sidetrack from that, did you guys have a look at that, the Queen actually making a speech?
Who cares?
No, what happened?
I care. That's one of her 5 speeches she's ever made, or
broadcasts
she's ever made.
She's a queen. A reminder that Britain's technically a theocracy.
No, she doesn't.
She does every Christmas.
No, oh my goodness. Yes, but not on like current circumstances versus Merry Christmas.
Oh right, yeah.
But no, genuinely, who cares?
The Queen fixes her own cars.
You don't. We do.
Well, I don't care because we took care of that problem in 1776.
Okay, shut up.
In the 1800s, the White House got burned down.
Yeah, but that was Canada.
It still counts.
No, we beat you.
No.
Alex, you're still South African.
Actually, Alex, we won that battle because God loves America, and that's why he sent down a tornado for the first time in 100 years on DC.
Chris, do you ever decide you should stop talking?
No.
Unironically, we should actually ask E if he can give us permissions to mute other people in here. No, like...
Why? I can do that now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you should actually do that, because I didn't realize I wasn't muted when I was, like, getting supper.
Oh,
we didn't
say anything.
It's okay, we didn't hear anything.
I thought you meant mute Chris.
Yeah, I thought you meant cyberbullying.
Oh, well, in that case.
Her message is quite nice, though. It's reassuring.
It's red. I've never seen a red one before. It's intimidating.
Yeah, that's the server mute.
Oh God, that's what they call global mute.
Yeah, red mute.
Let's talk about real quick.
Thanks.
It's a strange thing.
The Queen has a very reassuring voice.
What did she say in the speech? I haven't watched it yet.
Don't worry, we'll get through this.
Okay, all right.
Keep calm and carry on.
It's about the horse flu.
Yeah, horse flu.
You'll be horsing though, horsing around. So check this out. So Zoom bombing is now apparently a thing, and this is from The Verge here. So Zoom bombing is a federal offense that could result in imprisonment and worse. So lately everyone's been using an app called Zoom or a program called Zoom for teleconferencing.
Wait, what's worse than imprisonment? Are they like handing out the death penalty for this?
I hope so.
God, me too.
Oh, this is about the vulnerability found in one build of Zoom, which they've since patched, I believe.
Well, I think this is, there's always more vulnerabilities. But something like this, so what's going on now, and I guess, oh goody, I get to mention 4chan in this. The New York Times reports on Friday the weaponization of Zoom, not just for pranks, but for harassment campaigns, has become a pressing and growing concern at the highest levels of law enforcement. Really? Hi? Okay. As online groups gather on Instagram, 4chan, and Reddit to coordinate attacks. So now, something, we used to call this raiding back in the day, and it was all in good fun. It was funny. It was goofy. It's just something you did to have fun. You can do it on Twitch, and nobody says anything. But here, apparently, it's all bad.
It's a feature on Twitch now.
Exactly. They made it a feature, for crying out loud. So now they say the government says they'll pursue charges for Zoom bombing, and this is how they define it: disrupting a public meeting, computer intrusion, using a computer to commit a crime, which is not broad or vague at all, hate crimes, okay, fraud, or transmitting threatening communications. They include.
I mean, let's be real. Like, hate crimes and raiding very frequently go together.
Here's the best quote that you'll ever hear this whole week, and this is from the U.S. Attorney General for Eastern Michigan, and he says, "You think Zoom bombing is funny? Let's see how funny it is after you get arrested."
Wow.
Whoa.
Quote.
That's a
badass.
So American.
You think it's funny? You think it's funny?
You think it's funny, punk?
So good. It's so good. It's worth it just for that alone.
Yeah,
so anyway,
I just made it funnier.
Basically, there was a vulnerability in the Zoom client where it would basically, I don't know how they got it, but basically your meeting ID, password, all sort of like information that you could glean from an account on Zoom would become public somehow, as well as the IP and stuff. So they could just join it as if they were joining a WebEx session.
It's like, howdy.
Yeah. And it became pretty well known because
I think somebody actually did that to the UK cabinet. Like, they Boris Johnson, I think, posted a screenshot with like everybody's username and the ID of the meeting. I think somebody managed to slip in there.
Yeah, that's what I found quite surprising. A lot of these sort of announcements that are going on almost daily, it seems, they aren't hiding. They're like not hiding what they were using, and that kind of surprised me. Like, they very clearly were using Zoom. Here's all like, it's like they just showed, my desktop, which is kind of odd. You wouldn't think you'd do that just for a security sense.
Yeah.
So
why do you think people are using Zoom and not something like Skype or Google Hangouts?
MS Teams was designed by Satan, and it is the worst program I've used in my entire life. My laptop it's not that slow. It's a quad core, well, 2-core, 4 threads, i5 6300U. I open MS Teams, 100% CPU usage. I'm not even doing anything on it.
Yeah, Teams is pretty horrendously 100%. I run on my 6-core laptop, works fine, but that's a 6-core laptop.
Yeah, and the best part is it still runs Link in the background anyway. And you get those people like the corporate shills that basically, MS Teams is the best thing ever. I don't know how we used Skype.
It works fine on my system.
No, it's worse than that. It's like they're fooling themselves into believing that a clearly bad product is good just so that they can brown nose a little bit better.
I was going to say,
I want
but then
Microsoft
also,
to be my friend.
But then let me also provide the ignorant perspective, because especially dealing with my work and dealing with government computers, those systems are normally pegged due to the antivirus being poorly configured on those devices.
Oh God, yeah.
So a lot of people who are shilling for this are just used to a very laggy and crappy experience anyway. So
at work I've been very vocal about how bad Teams is. Like, so they're moving everything up. We used to do WebEx for our big meetings, like our company-wide meetings with 1,000 people or so, and we moved to MS Teams, and everyone's got this stupid webcam policy where they want to show their face. Can you imagine 500 video streams in MS Teams?
Oh no, that.
My internet is fine. It's handling it fine. My laptop, I could not do a single thing. I had to basically tell because we use Slack. My team uses Slack.
Howdy. Do you want to decode 500 H.264 streams at the same time?
Yeah. And I basically just said, I'm leaving the company meeting. I actually have to do work because my laptop freezes otherwise. I had to just hold down the power button because it just was so unresponsive.
At that point,
this is better than everything else.
Computer for that. Just set up a dedicated computer where everyone can see all the streams there, and then stream the screen from that to everybody else.
Oh, so you mean something like a good program?
Yeah.
So
maybe we could use WebEx.
And also you're implying that Alex, the already broke individual, is going to buy a dedicated computer to meme on the company that barely pays him.
Yeah, Alex, you should get some money. You should stop being poor.
Right?
No, so what some people at the office do is they set up a vCenter or ESXi host, and they basically have a VM instead of a laptop, so that they can have a more powerful laptop, because our laptops are really, really slow, and we're not classified as technical staff. That's why we get the crappiest of laptops. I remember being told that.
You literally do tech support, though, don't you?
It's not tech support. It's more like DevOps. And the internal support was like, okay, so why am I getting the lowest end laptop? He's like, oh, because you guys technically aren't technical. I was like,
change your policy, idiots.
No, I was like, hang on, are you telling our department who does DevOps doesn't do DevOps? And he's like, yes.
We need the expensive laptops for the C levels.
Well, funny you say that. He had a bunch of higher end, 6-8 core laptops with 16 to 32 gigs of RAM, etc., next to him. I'm like, so who are those for? He's like, the directors. It's like, oh, okay, so that's not.
That's one of the. Remember the Titan V CEO edition that NVIDIA did?
Unironically for CEOs.
Yeah, I've read enough IT department horror stories. 100% chance that was sold to CEOs. I need the fast GPU so Outlook loads fast.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of those things where you have to wonder. So when we used to do corporate work back in the day, there would be this every year you would have to spend.
Frick lore. Okay, update to the frick lore.
Your department will get we had a budget, right? And the budget was
your ex-wife.
If you didn't use all the money that was allocated for that year, you would get cut the next year.
Yeah, that's classic. That is very much a government thing as well.
If we didn't spend that money, we would be screwed next year. Sure. So that might be one reason they're doing that.
I mean, that was why one of my previous jobs, I used to work in a information assurance shop. At the end of the fiscal year, we ended up buying a hard drive smashing anvil because we needed to spend some funds, and
we needed to smash some hard drives.
Well, no. We used to smash these hard drives with a chisel and a ball peen hammer. And the section supervisor got really mad at all the noise we were making, so he approved the purchase of this $15,000 hard drive anvil.
What?
Hang on, Simmons.
Wait, how much?
Hang on, Simmons.
$50K.
Simmons, ball peen hammer.
1.5.
Simmons, ball peen hammer.
Okay, I'm not going to acknowledge
Peen
that.
is stored in the ball.
No.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Isn't there a really powerful earth magnet you could do for $5 that would do an even better job?
Well, so that was the thing is we had the degausser, but we also still had to provide proof of physical destruction. So
What? They wanted proof?
Yeah, no,
classified information, dude. You shouldn't not to screw around with that.
That was not classified information. That
What?
was
Did you also have to destroy the RAM?
so no. It was specifically related to storage media. So like you shred CDs, you shred DVDs, you shred floppy drives.
A long time ago. Jesus.
Then with hard drives, we would zap them with the degausser and then damage them. And then with the SSDs, we would disassemble them and use a pair of oversized garden shears to cut all the storage chips.
Remember somebody was telling me a while ago, like when we were doing computer fixings, and they'd be like, "Hey man, I don't know why you're bothering with all these magnets and stuff. See, I got this app called like Nuker. It was some app that like zeroes out the hard drives 5 times.
What about
wow, secure erase?
What was it called? It was like W or like DD Nuke or something like that.
Yeah, it was a hard drive. All we would do was just like write a bunch of zeros on the hard drive multiple times. And here's the thing: even doing that, you could still recover data off of it.
Yeah,
of course.
Because fun fact, rewriting data does not completely overwrite the history of the data that was stored on that cell.
Yeah, God, hard drives are friggin' magical. They're like weird radio transmitters that spin very fast. I don't even know. They are just insanely complex pieces of technology. And yeah, no, like you can't really wipe them the way that you think you do. If you want your data gone, then you need to physically destroy the disk. You are not
what about
wiping
like SSDs with like flash chips and stuff? What's the principle for
the secure erase? So secure erase, the way it works is the SSD is encrypted. You do a secure erase, you destroy the key, and then all of the data is safe. That said, you would probably want to do something like what Simmons did, where they just destroyed each individual flash chip.
And you know what my favorite thing about that degausser was? Because every once in a while we had to validate that after we zapped the drive, that the data was, or that the drive was unrecoverable. The magnet was so strong in that degausser that it destroyed the motors.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
You would plug the hard drive into the computer and it would do the funny bzzz.
Nice.
Haha,
hard drive go.
Do not spin more. Bye, spinny boys.
Yeah, rip spin.
That's what my old
that was a fun time.
my old CRT monitor used to do. What was? Yeah, there was a button. I think there was a degausser on my old CRT monitor where when you hit it, it would go boing.
Oh, that's a good sound.
Sorry, can you just make that sound again?
Boing.
No. Alex, we're
No, I
gonna
love
have to go.
that sound.
We're gonna have to go through the recording because I want to sample that.
Yeah, make
Of
it a
course.
sound effect.
I'm not gonna do.
Oh no, that's not
No.
what Simmons wants it for.
No, I'm gonna make a song out of it.
Make a lo-fi hip-hop beat with it, and then we can use it as the intro.
Oh yeah, this is a great time to plug the fact that Alex and I made lo-fi hip hop yesterday.
JFK reading the Navy SEAL copy pasta because deep fakes are amazing.
And annoyingly, it's really good.
Let me get you guys a link. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear all those like leaked JFK phone calls that came out?
No.
Oh my! Okay, I'll find a link. They are.
Oh shit, dude! How's he handling the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Okay, dude.
Is that going good?
Dude, let me tell you, these are the most, because we've never. This is the first time any like leaked phone calls from any presidents have ever come out.
This is the first time we've ever heard JFK's voice.
Right?
No, it's not.
It's not the first time. One of them, he's like super pissed off about some like Navy branch buying like a $5,000 chair. And he's like, the reporters saw you buying a $5,000 chair, and now they're asking questions about spending, and I have to explain to them why we had to buy a $5,000. Oh, dude, it's so good. Hang on.
That's fake news,
dude. I gotta.
That's quite a fucking lot of money. Like $5,000 in the '60s.
It's a gaming chair.
So,
that explains it.
Is they were leaked by the official JFK estate, like the official Kennedy estate. There's a bunch of them. It's on JFK Library is the where you can find a bunch, but it's really, really good.
The JFK what?
JFK Library is the YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Super, because you never ever hear presidents or anyone in power like that pissed off ever. or at least in private, it's so good.
Well, I mean, it's well known that
they got to
especially
put on the politician face.
these high budget government organizations, they like spend tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars on like Herman Miller chairs.
Nelson
like-
Mandela used to set people on fire. I'd say that's pretty pretty
No,
angry.
no.
That's a good use of money.
No. It wasn't him. It was his wife.
Oh,
Oh,
No,
okay.
she did the orders.
No. He never did it. He refused to do
okay.
it.
Oh, that's good then.
I have to use my apartheid history for something.
yeah, it's not nice to set people on fire.
5 years learning that because I was forced to.
Yeah. And look how you turned out.
They used to put tires on people and then set the tires on fire.
What do you mean they used to? They still do. So basically it's called necklacing. They get a car tire, fill it with petrol on the inside, and then light it on fire.
A
Thank you for
politician in the UK
detailing this.
tweeted about that, about how the necklacing was a good thing,
Oh,
without
Oh,
realizing what it meant.
oh.
Horrible torture. Anyway,
good thing this is the Extras podcast.
Yeah, we represent the official opinions of our respective employers.
No,
Shout out
we're
to the
not.
Kennedys, man.
I can say that because I'm a neat.
Chris, you can also say that knowing that nobody acknowledges that anything that you say is.
How many layers of irony are you on?
You realize every single person in this room is now a NEET. We're all like you.
No, I'm
not.
still going into
Yeah,
work.
Simmons has a job. Alex has a
I have a
job.
job.
Andrew, I don't know what Andrew does.
He's broccoli.
He's
assassin.
an
Chris thinks I'm
assassin.
40 for some reason.
Yeah, Andrew is 40. He's even older than Kat. Or wait, no,
Wait,
what
that
was
reminds
it?
me.
Kat was older than Andrew, and Andrew is 40.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Kat got mad at me.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it's inexplicable.
Born in
we need to
80.
get Kat back on the podcast.
Yeah, we
Yes.
do. Whatever happened to her? Did
Well,
she
we
die?
got to talk about the big news. Remember?
Oh,
already
Oh,
yeah!
the chicken thing.
No, the other one.
No.
we
I
ready-
think Extreme
ready-
Hardware has a Minecraft server.
Oh yeah.
So, when Simmons wasn't on the podcast because he was too busy moving down to the deep south, and
Yeah.
Chris was too busy trying to kill himself,
No, just thinking about it.
we actually announced Kat's divorce a long time ago.
Oh
Yeah, Kat got divorced.
I'm mad that I missed that.
Yeah, well,
I
you
think
should
she
just-
said we shouldn't speak about that on here.
No, I know. And then I said it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris,
Good
you would have
job
done
violating
the
her
exact
trust.
same thing.
No, actually. I'm not going to
Yes.
violate somebody's trust like that.
You
Chris, you
called her
violated
50.
every-
That's different. Like, that's clearly a junk. If I call her 50, that's not like an attack on her personal life. That's just an attack on her.
Chris, Chris, you're not aware of external perspectives, are you?
Probably not. Yeah, I'm bad at that on account of the brain.
The brain with a Swiss cheese
Yeah.
hole in it.
Yeah, unfortunately, too many wrinkles still. Trying to get those ironed out so I can be happy again.
I hate you so much.
I run
Why
that
is
joke
that
into the
funny?
ground because it's funny. I don't know.
You run
Speaking
every
of
joke into
yourself.
the ground and you ruin the jokes.
Yeah.
Like the memory and RAM one.
Hey, Andrew, what's the difference?
No,
between-
shut up.
honestly, okay. So, Drew's, Chris, myself, and then another mutual acquaintance. We were all on a call last night because we were helping the mutual acquaintance with his computer, and Chris totally botched that joke in the wrong way, and everybody lost their shit.
I botched it in the wrong way intentionally because I find it funny to do that.
You should
No,
just tell us the joke.
Yeah, I haven't
Oh
actually
yeah,
heard it.
well I was told that I couldn't tell the joke.
No, you're telling it now.
Okay, well the joke is, what's the difference between memory and RAM?
God.
What is
can-
the difference?
I can ram my foot up Simmons' ass.
Now do the joke properly.
The joke is, I cannot memory my foot up Simmons' ass.
Probably one of those memories.
Remember the other one.
You still ruined it.
But here was the thing. I don't think the joke itself was the funny part. Is that immediately when he said that, is Andrews just was like, "No, you fucked it up."
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's a cyberbullying that's funny. I see how it is.
Cynical and Andrew were practicing the joke like 10 minutes before. It's like, okay, say it like this. All right, you gotta get it right.
No, we've just given up hope at this point.
Speaking of South, Simmons, I got something for you. I think you might enjoy it.
Wait, did you say speaking of salad?
Speaking of salad.
Say that word around me.
Joey salad, eat in his mouth.
I was hitting up
Allegedly.
a couple of artisan potato chip shops a little while ago, and I found this company. I found this company out of Louisiana called Zaps, and they've got this potato chip oil, a dill pickle potato chip from Louisiana.
Why do you like?
Oh my god,
it tastes like crap.
No,
oh my god.
Actually, they taste like pickles.
First of all, Alex, you're wrong.
Amazing.
No, I'm not. You're just weird.
Yes. No. Zapp's potato chips are phenomenal. If you can get your hands on they call it the voodoo flavor, which is like
I got those too.
Yeah, that's illegal.
So good. They're so
good.
good.
I put a link into it in chat. That they look incredible. They're cater-daters, whatever they are. They're fire. Like there's a variety pack with flavors that the mainstream doesn't want you to have. Like
no, because doesn't want you to know about this.
Doctors hate him.
No. Seriously, one of the first things that I was told when I moved down here was you need to get your hands on Zapp's potato chips immediately. And I was like, what the hell? And I did. And I was like, yes, I see why people are absolutely like cult fanatics about these potato chips.
God, yes, the potato cult.
It's a real thing, dude. There's the one thing I didn't realize because I've only been to the South a few times, but they fry everything. They fry things that don't need to be fried, like pickles. They'll fry pickles. They'll fry Snickers bars.
Okay, hold on.
Frick, shut up. Frick, you don't fry things because you need to fry things. You fry things because why would you not? I was going to say,
first of all, you said fried pickles are weird. No, fried pickles are commonplace across the entire United States.
So is diabetes.
Well, yeah, but you don't get diabetes from fried pickles. You get it from the fried Twinkies.
Fried pickles.
That's on next to the fried pickles.
They got no calories. They got no fat.
They do.
They're literally just water.
No. Once you start frying the pickle, you're adding the fat. And fried pickles are usually breaded, which is nothing but carbs.
They need
it tastes good.
To absorb the nutrient. That's the problem with Americans nowadays, man. There's this whole thing where everyone's like, "Oh, it's gotta be fat-free. It's gotta be fat-free." What the betas don't realize is that you need fat to absorb the nutrients.
No, the beta males.
Oh,
yeah.
You can't have. You've got these soccer moms out there eating 15 salads a day with no fat or dressing with it because they're like, oh, I don't want to get fat. Well, guess what, Karen? You're not absorbing any of the nutrients because that's
okay, Frick.
Karen's
no
a slur
need
now.
No need for the Karen slur.
wait,
is it the keyword?
Yeah.
Sorry, just if you don't mind for a second. I'm kind of worried about the previous podcast episode. There's a lot of lost data.
Oh, is there?
Oh, that's not good.
Like, when we stopped, my recording is just blank from then onwards.
Oh, God.
Well, there's another recording that you need to download.
Yeah.
Remember? That's blank.
No, the one that Andrew sent you?
That's blank.
Oh, shit. Hey, make Craig leave and see if it's working.
No. This one will be fine.
Are you sure?
Oh, no, I can't actually make it leave, by the way.
No, but I don't feel like joining them together because it's a big pain.
Well,
but
I guess
luckily everyone else's voice was recorded fine.
Everybody except for yours?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Let me just show you. I have Ableton up. This is what it looks like.
All right, so which one is Alex?
The one that says fluke.
Yeah. Rip.
That's amazing.
I just say goodbye at the end.
Oh no.
Did Bad Bull have like a stroke? What happened?
What do you mean?
It looks like his screen is on like life support.
I was just saying 3 things, I think.
Bad Bull's just vibing.
Speak some Swedish, Martin.
Vibing. No.
Why?
Oh my god, this guy is literally the dumbest person. Why do I follow him exactly? I don't know. I should
Because
yell at
I'd
him
say
more.
nice things to you sometimes.
No, not you. Different guy. Different guy who's just been live tweeting about the horse flu, like as things go on. It's like, yeah, I was watching the daily press conference. Like, why? What's
Chris,
the
I just
point?
realized how much background noise there is of you opening a packet of chips.
Okay, first of all, that was not chips. That was a Hostess cupcake.
Hey, Chris, do
Oh, yeah.
us a favor real quick.
So hot.
Amazing.
I don't
Yeah.
have
Chris,
packages
do
of
you know what the
chips.
problem is that you just hot mic all the time.
Yeah. I don't know how to use push to talk. It confuses me.
No, just change the threshold so it's not hot micing all the time.
I can't. Then you'll bitch at me about being too quiet and cutting myself off.
Chris.
Do you know what threshold means?
No, because he's an idiot. Chris, my nearly 60-year-old mom can work this out.
Okay,
I don't think
Okay,
What's going
thanks,
on
Chris.
anymore?
I was gonna say
That's what my
actually,
chips sound like.
Are you got to know what you were missing?
Definitely. I'm just glad.
So you're going to be back next week, right?
I could perfectly be on here all the time.
Hell yeah, dude.
I thought you left.
No, he's been here.
Oh no, I've just been
It's
quietly
been
laughing
here
at you
the
guys.
whole time.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'm in VR now, so I can't see anything
Which
that's on
is
the
also-
Discord.
Yeah, so he's
There's
in
another one
VR,
that's
which is
super
also why his
very-
microphone is just magically better.
No, it's always been like this. It's just Alex makes it worse because it's funny.
No, when you're at your fucking desk, your microphone sounds like an Xbox Live microphone.
Oh, hey,
I can
speaking of
legit
which,
make it sound like that. Alex told me not to.
speaking of which, can we do the podcast in the Xbox 360 chat next week?
Just quiet. Andrew, you sent me the wrong link.
No, I didn't. That's the ones it gave me.
The link you just sent me now is for this current recording.
Yeah, the one above it is the part 2 of the one that crashed.
I'm gonna play with a knife now.
There should be 3 links in there. If there isn't, I'll.
Oh, never mind.
Alex
Yes.
is just a big dumb.
Yeah, I'm playing with a knife.
What?
There's a knife on my desk and I play with it a lot, and I have almost sliced my finger open on it at least 3 times.
Is it one of those
Yeah,
those
that's normal.
Is it one of those whats?
butterfly knives?
No, it's just a regular like pocket knife.
Those are illegal in Kentucky.
Dude, there's a
why not?
knife where you have to press a button to make it come out is super illegal all over the country in the U.S.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
called
I don't-
switchblades.
Why are switchblades illegal exactly?
There are exceptions. If you've got one arm, you can legally have one.
Dude, there was
That's
a
neat.
knife a while ago, I think in Russia, where it was like a pneumatic knife where you press the button and the knife shot out of the hilt. It
Yeah, that was in
insane.
Call of Duty.
No, it's a
Yeah.
real knife.
Yeah, ballistic
real
knives, they're a thing.
Pneumatic
That's
knives
really
are very
sad.
much real. They made them in the Russians, in Russia in the 80s.
Yeah, it was in Black Ops.
I'm sure it was.
And see,
That was the
okay,
80s.
hang on. I searched why are switchblades illegal. Third result is from Quora. Anti-knife hysteria was whipped up by the knife control lobby. Switchblades were portrayed as the weapon of choice for certain undesirable elements. I bet he means the urban youths.
Thank you, Quora.
Yeah,
Well, you guys have fun talking about knives. I'm a scientist.
yeah, the big stabby. Have
Okay,
fun.
goodbye.
Knives right here.
Wait,
Yeah,
Axie, hang on. Have you
What's
ever
up?
stabbed a moose?
Not with a knife, but I mean,
What?
with an
What have you
arrow and-
stabbed a moose with?
An arrow?
Katana.
You use a big
bow and
stick.
arrow? Because we don't have.
Hey,
guns
that's
in
not
Canada.
stabbing it. That's just shooting it. That
It's a
doesn't
knife on
count.
the end of a
That's not-
stick with a feather.
No,
That's a
it's not the same.
It's a
First of all,
dinosaur
that's-
knife flying through the air.
it's a tiny spear. It is a tiny spear that you use spring
And have you
tension to
killed a
launch
moose?
at a
Is that what your mom calls it?
I was gonna say.
Okay, first of all, Alex, of all of my relatives to pick, why that one? Second of all,
okay, Chris, shut up.
Chris, no one else would have seen it except
Oh.
for you.
well, this is audio only, so nobody saw it.
Do you guys know that there's a knife benchmarks channel where they go around cutting open pigs with knives and
good
showing
night,
it on video?
All right, see,
Yeah.
Axie.
I'm gonna become a
Bye-bye.
mom.
Dude, I'm dead. It's a real thing. I'll find the link. A buddy of mine was showing it to me a while ago. It's a company called Code Steel, and they are like the ultimate mall ninja, fedora,
Dude.
neckbeard type dudes. So here's one of their videos. They literally get a bunch of pigs lined up, like dead pigs, obviously, and they show off how sharp their knives are by cutting the pigs in half.
Wow, the
Just like
two-handed
that,
greatsword
steak
video.
meat.
Freak,
steak-
you really remind me of Joe Rogan sometimes.
And Cold Steel is like that was the hip thing back in like 2013.
Yeah, that's
wow.
where
They
the
still
steak in
make
the boot
knives.
thing came from that Alex was talking about.
Steak in the
They
boot.
uploaded a video yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a company that you can buy their weapons from.
Well, yeah,
So
they're
like,
not going
of
to
course-
stop making them because the meme died.
Yeah.
God, what a friggin' nerd. Ernest W. Adams says, why are switchblades illegal? For the same reason mini weapons are. Brass knuckles to bazookas. First of all, you can own a bazooka. These are things we don't want people
How is a
carrying
bazooka
around
a
with
mini
them.
weapon? It's
They
not a
have
mini
no
weapon.
legitimate domestic or industrial purpose. No, mini weapons is in like MANY. And are
Oh,
chiefly
many.
used in the commission of crimes. Those crimes will be less violent if these items are not available. What a bitch. I bet this guy like thinks Dare is a good program.
You know, that
Wasn't even sure where I was going with that sentence until I finished it, but there we go.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
ended
like
on a
that-
high note.
I feel like that joke is only funny for me, you, and Frick.
Because
Yeah.
because we know the truth, the dirty truth.
Yeah, Dare
This
is
is
actually
your brain
bad.
on drugs.
Yeah, good old PSAs. Hi, I'd like my eggs on drugs.
You'll love this, bully. So check this out. There was a program that was in the early, I think, 80s to early 2000s.
I know what there is.
No. What it turned into is totally different. So eventually, it started off as like a thing to show kids how, like, hey, look, this is why drugs are bad. They would have cops come in and speak about it, right? What ended up happening with it is all the kids that saw the program, that were in the program, were actually more likely to use drugs than the kids.
Oh
that
yeah,
weren't.
that's an open secret.
Yeah, I've seen the statistics too.
Yeah, it's great. It's the best thing
It's
ever.
brilliant. And it's I've seen it tons of comments of people just saying, "Oh, that just made drugs cooler."
Ooh, if I get a CCW permit, then I can carry a switchblade around.
And
can
also the
I've
joke, "Hey, Dare lied to me. Nobody has offered me free drugs yet."
Yeah. haha.
They sell
Good
merch on the
junk.
website. That's basically the cringiest thing you could imagine.
Yeah, it's like, what kind of drug dealer is even going to go around to a playground and be like, hey there, 5-year-olds, you want some free heroin?
Yeah,
Well,
that's
wouldn't-
illegal now.
Yeah, first of all, you should be selling it to get some profit. Second of all,
Wow. All right. Hey, Frick, because I know you'll appreciate this, and also Alex. So for us weebs out there, have you guys seen the PSA, the AIDS PSA that just came out a couple weeks ago?
uh-oh.
From Spike Spencer and Tiffany Grant from 1999.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
But it
Yeah,
just
so-
came out from 1999.
Yeah, so what the story was, there was a couple of these voice actors, well, Spike Spencer and Tiffany Grant, they did a joke AIDS PSA awareness recording, and they never released it because it was essentially the two voice actors moaning in the background of this PSA as if they were having sex in character of Shinji and Asuka from Evangelion.
Oh no.
And basically, Tiffany Grant found the CD while she was in her quarantine in her house.
Sweet Jesus.
And now it's on the internet.
That's good to know.
Check that out. Yeah, is it just me or are these shirts way too cheap? On the Dare website, a shirt is $6, including shipping.
Yeah, because they can't sell them.
Oh God. I don't know if I'd bid that. Even $6 sounds too high.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh, I
wait.
like the Bigfoot one.
In regards to the term switchblade knife, the inclusion of the phrase in the handle in subsection 1 is critical because even if a knife has a spring-operated blade, if it has no device, a button, etc., that releases or activates it located in the handle, this definition does not apply, which means it's not a switchblade, which means you can have a spring-loaded knife, the button just has to be in a certain spot. Okay, then this is just like how people got around, like, basically most of California's cosmetic feature bans on semi-automatic rifles, where it's like, oh, I can't have a pistol grip, thumb hole stock. oh, I can't have a magazine that like removes toollessly, bullet button, or just all kinds of things that get around bans that do nothing.
So you can have those spring-load blades that trigger when you push the handle into someone.
Ooh, that sounds cool. You could get one of those Klingon knives where like you press the button and then like 2 smaller blades come out.
Buy one of those just to stab yourself because that's a disgrace. I used to buy a lot of knives back in the day. I used to get it from a company called Spyderco.
Frick,
And-
it does not
Oh, yeah.
surprise me at all that you used to be a mall ninja.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you sometimes get paid in guns.
Spyderco is a really good brand, man. Spyderco is
Frick, what's your favorite high point?
Listen, I feel like we probably shouldn't disclose Frick's source of income on the Extras podcast.
He's just a GTA character. He gets paid in guns.
flip them somehow. No, I used to buy a bunch of Spyderco knives, and one of the things that you'll learn very quickly about the knife community is there's an overlap with this group of people that I cannot stand. They're called the EDC groups.
Oh God, those
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And they're
Dude, I love EDC pictures or like emergency survival kit pictures where it's just like, here's 2 guns, here's a knife, and here's like a cell phone or 2 band-aids or something like that.
No, dude, it's okay. So for EDC, everyday carry people, which is people that show what they have in their pockets or like when they're walking around, right? And these people are just like, they ruin any cool knives because they're like, oh, I have to have a K-bar at all times. Like, you don't, why? And
My
so
EDC is rebar.
I dove into some of them and I've been looking at it. And it's like, some of them are so over the top that they have to be jokes. Like there's one dude, oh, I found it. Okay, I saved one of them. One of them was a dude who carries 4 knives at a time and 2 watches.
No, that's
What?
3 watches.
3 watches, that's right.
Okay, so hang on. This is 2 guns. I hope the magazines are compatible. That would be a poor choice otherwise. 2 guns. That is what? 3 knives. What is that thing in the bottom middle, like below the knives?
Chris, that is a hand grenade in the top there.
That is a goddamn grenade.
How did you miss the hand grenade, you dipshit?
I just saw it as I was asking.
Oh my god. Chris, what are those 2 objects? Those are pens.
No. Below the watches, not the knives.
Oh, that's a pocket knife.
Okay, so that's 4 knives, 2 guns, a mini stapler, a grenade, and like some wire cutters.
It's insane. It's insane. And like,
No,
I don't know if
that's hold on, Frank.
if it's
That's a
ironic
multi-tool.
or if it's serious, but I think there are people out there who
He
actually
has 2 lighters. He has a big lighter and a Zippo.
nuts. They're crazy people.
Yeah, and the multi-tool has a knife in it too. So
Yeah.
Another knife.
Yeah, the pliers there, that's just a multi-tool that has, it's like one of those, it's the
Oh, okay.
pliers that has the screwdrivers and...
Even more
Leather mounting.
knives. Yeah, see, that's the thing. EDC, but it's mainly like, oh crap, what if I need to stab somebody?
And you know what my favorite thing is? It looks like he has 2 wallets, and then he has the dollar fold.
I have to
He's got
have like
5 pockets.
money in 3 different places, so if my wallet gets pickpocketed, I still have cash.
Guys that do this always do they do one thing. They always have at least 1 or 2 knives, right? And they also always carry a notebook, like a field notes notebook, for things that I'm sure they're writing down, but they never.
Oh
include-
yeah, classic Hunter S. Thompson.
It's
Excuse me.
I mean, people want to knock on like mall ninjas and stuff like that. These people are mall ninjas times like a billion. No joke.
Oh yeah, no, see, mall ninjas look like they're having fun.
No, they don't. I've not seen a single picture where they look like they're having fun.
Okay, Andrew, first of all, if you're buying a katana, you cannot not be having fun.
Why the fuck did you pronounce it like that?
I've said it
I know what
twice
I
like
said.
that.
Yeah, but with you, we know
Yeah,
you're
but
memeing.
it's you.
Yeah, with Chris, we think he's being serious.
Hey, at least I pronounced Renault correctly the first try. You were impressed with me, Alex.
If
But
I
what about
emptied
the
my
second
pockets with my jacket and my everyday carry during work, I would look like a serial killer too. So
What are
There you
you
go.
also a broccoli assassin?
no. but I carry tons of tools and stuff in my jacket and stuff.
God, like, is the Coronas gonna get Boris Johnson? Like, what's going on here?
Oh, he's in hospital now. He's in
Yeah.
ICU.
This is a new
he's got the
thing.
corona.
Yeah, he's got the Coronas probably.
No, he does. He confirmed it like 2 weeks ago.
This is new just now. He was just admitted for symptoms. I don't think. Oh, after testing positive. Oh, okay. Wow, no, I missed that. I read that wrong. Oh God, he's got the Coronas. All right.
You guys see that they made Ugandan knuckles into Corona knuckles now?
Why? That's just cringy. Uganda Knuckles was funny for 3
Never.
hours. I'm being
You have to have
generous.
Corona. No the way. You have
It
to
was-
have Corona.
It's racist.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, I remember someone saying a while ago that all
Leave it
memes
go away.
play the same 5 templates over and over again, just with different faces on them.
Doge
Yeah.
meme.
Haha, yes.
Doge meme is just rage comics, but with a dog.
Yeah,
And actually
the
funny.
the zany dog that does uncharacteristic things.
He's a good boy, though. He's a very good
Yeah.
boy.
Oh,
posted-
Kabuso's such a good dog. I love Kabuso. I want to go to Japan and pet Kabuso.
She's 15. Those dogs live on average about 15 years.
I
boy,
need
yeah,
to
she-
go now so I can pet her before she dies.
No, but you're on lockdown, remember?
No, he's in
that's a
pretend
problem.
lockdown.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just using it as an excuse to not
Also, I
get a
don't
job.
think. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the economy is doing a pretty good job at preventing me from getting a job right now, or rather,
We're gonna
preventing
get
me from
help.
making an effort to
So,
look.
so, Chris, when was the last time you attempted to get a job?
You know,
No, I've offered him work and he's refused me every time. So
I will do.
Frick.
Why would I want to work for you of all people? What am I gonna do? Like smuggling drugs, smuggling candy?
No,
Frick,
you're
how much
gonna
illegal
find-
candy am I
You
smuggling?
make the drugs.
I told you I would get you a gig and I would get you in touch with people, and you're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And you're like,
I do not trust you, Frick. I'm sorry. I do not
You'd be
trust
working
you.
For me, it'd be working for other people.
Frick, he would trust you once you installed Windows 10.
Right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they go from check plus to check plus plus.
Oh my god, I think the Cooking Mama. There was a press release for Cooking Mama focusing on blockchain. Oh my god, it probably is crypto mining. What is this? What? Oh no, it's been proven false. Okay. Never mind then.
Okay, thanks for that. Premium content.
Yeah. Yeah.
Patreon.
Subscribe to my Patreon. I made a Patreon like a month before they changed the payment thingies, just in case I ever want to use it.
That's why everyone's calling iDubbbz a simp now, because his girlfriend's on OnlyFans.
Oh no, his girlfriend's a sex worker and he isn't angry about it. Oh, why isn't he angry about it?
Okay,
like,
and before
I'm
we
not
derail-
iDubbbz's friend anymore.
iDubbbz isn't my friend.
I unsubscribed.
And on that note, can we end the recording before this gets worse?
You should probably
Okay.
do it because I can't.
Can I?
Probably. I don't know. I think it works. I've done it before for Alex.